Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead reactions and review. It's been a while. I haven't seen a lot of you guys in a little while. I've seen some of you guys that are doing some of our gaming, but great to be back talking about the final season, and we've got some good stuff to talk about tonight. So I got some thoughts, and you guys know it's unfiltered. I will take the gloves off as always. But we are Walking Dead fans. Saw some really, really cool stuff. We know we're going to get a Daryl show. We're going to get a Negan and Maggie show. We're going to get a Rick and Michonne show. Are you guys hyped? You guys glad to be back? I see Zay's like, rest in peace, Hornsby. So, yeah, maybe. We'll see. I'm not watching the episodes in advance, so we get kind of unfiltered reactions. I know some of you guys do know a little bit more than I know, but that's the fun. It's the fun to get down into it. So, just going to, I want to start out, and again, I like to do this at the beginning of our streams. We'll do some shout-outs. I see a lot of faces. Carol Stevens, Liz Burnett, great to see you. Northside Queen, Madison Dickey. Oh, my God. Great. So good to see all of you guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's been a while. I see the Deacon, and our mods are in the house. So let me do this. We'll have some people come in. I know there's other TV shows. There's a lot of good stuff on right now. So I'm glad you guys are here with us. Super, super blessed to have you guys. But we got Interview with the Vampires playing, in the background. We've got football on. We've got I see Matthew Farrar. What is up? He's like, Negan dropped the F-bomb. Hallelujah. Good to see you as well. And we've got House of the Dragon. So we got so many things kind of going on. It's hard to hit everything. So I want you guys to do me a favor right now, not because Walking Dead is back, but I need you to be honest, okay? From a 1 to a 10, tonight's episode just based on enjoyment, the story, not, hey, look, I've been hungry for a long time and you threw me a biscuit and it's a 10. But I want to see your scores in tonight's premiere. Very curious of where you guys came in. So from a 1 to a 10, just show me where you guys are at. Eric, come on. Eric, you can't give everything a 10. He's like, I just want Walking Dead to be back. Busy 8.7, Julia 8, 8.5, Carol Stevens 8.5, 8.5, Shaman Sheila 9, 8. Irish Dave in the house. What's up, Irish Dave? Good to see you. 8.5, 8.4, 8.9. Good stuff. Good stuff. Again, it doesn't have to be a 10 every episode. Matthew for our 8.5. All right. So I am giving tonight's episode a solid 8.7. 8.7. As you guys know, a lot of 8s here. Good, good. Nixie says 7.8. So nothing super low. But if we took kind of the average of everybody's score tonight, we're probably about an 8.5, which is understandable. Other than, characters dying and things happening, what is it that you most needed tonight to make tonight's episode a little bit higher? I see Crazy L in the house. So good to see all of you guys. Thank you for being here tonight. What is it that you needed? To me, it seemed like it was too broad. It was telling a little too much story. There were parts of it I really liked. Like, I'll tell you my favorite parts because it made me feel like old Walking Dead all over again. Julie's like, Rick! We needed Rick back. To me, I thought it needed a little bit more of I like the Daryl and Negan scene, right? So to me, that was the best part. They cut a deal. Here's all I'm saying, okay? There's enough Commonwealth out there. If Negan and Daryl would have just killed about 200 of those, because let's assume there's a few thousand. If they would have spent almost the whole episode just doing that, I thought it would have been better. What I didn't like, and I really, really didn't like this, is, to me, the Mercer Rosita part felt like filler, right? Again, I'm being overly critical, But I know all of y'all, when you saw this, the first thing you're thinking is, why did Mercer have to drive all the way up? Why could that dude not have turned around and ran across the field and met them about 200 yards further, right? So he drove right up to where he was at. He could have yelled like, hey, you, hustle, get over the field. But to me, when they do stuff like that, it lessens the action, right? And I want to see them all about the action. I thought the tear gas, some of the other things I'm okay with. Carol finding the secret room, that type of thing. Jerry giving the slip, and the guy stalking him, not looking up there. Something just fell. You're hot on the trail of Jerry. You gotta throw a rock up there or do something like, hey, throw Jerry something that he'll respond to. But he gave up a little bit too quick. So let me turn it over to you guys, because those of you that like our streams, like to participate in our streams, we'll probably keep it about 30 minutes tonight in reactions. Do me a favor. Leave in chat right now what you most enjoyed about tonight's episode, because I want to read some of your comments. So I see Villar, why was Mercer still holding on to that troop who was getting torn? Well, okay, Villar, now that one I didn't have a problem with, okay? To me, he was in shock at that moment. Like, this is weird. This is, first time I've been this up close and personal to somebody being ripped apart. So that part of it I didn't have as much problem with. I had more of a problem with, why are you that close in the first place? Okay? Should have been further away. Come on, run over here. All right. I see Madison said, I would have liked more focusing on one group just because it was bouncing around a bit. Maybe I'm just, no. I agree. I think that was my first instinct, was too many stories. Like a lot, a little bit of this, it shuffled a lot tonight. It like went from story to story. I see Messenger Chuck in the house. What's up, Chuck? Good to see you. Great to see you as well. We got all the old school Walking Dead fans coming back in. Sebastian getting slapped. Carol like that. Like, slap him. Yeah. I agree. I did like that. I wrote that in my notes. Eric Beach, Deacon says, when Sebastian said, do you know who I am? And Negan said, do you know who I am? That was a good line. I thought the chase scene was pretty good. Not bad for Walking Dead. We don't see a lot of chase scenes in The Walking Dead. Donnie T, what's up? Good to see you. So, see, that's just it. It's like, it's a premiere, and we're going down memory lane in The Walking Dead. I love the intro. I love the kind of little Easter eggs in the Walking Dead background. The blood going down, the red sun in the background. Some really cool stuff there. So I don't think there's any. What do you guys think about the Negan Redemption Tour? It's fully done now, right? Like, everywhere he goes, if saving Dog, if saving Judith, if killing Alpha, if all the things that Negan has done at this point is not enough, you got to love when the finishing touches, and the writers write this in there, where he's like, hey, Carol, I'm married. Why are you telling me this? Well, she's out there, and I'm going to be a dad. And so he's just like, everybody's coming in contact with now, it's just like, he's like the proud dad all of a sudden. He's going to be passing out cigars soon. He is overly redeemed. They're still redeeming him. But there's some good partnerships. So how close is Mercer to being out of the Commonwealth and being 100% with our group? Leave in chat right now. I love the comment with Mercer when he said to Rosita, I can respect that, and he's willing to help. You know, when everything goes down, if Rosita needs help, Mercer offered to help. Now, it is time for a bold prediction. You guys want a bold prediction? Give me a 999 in chat right now, because I saw it. I saw it tonight. I saw it before my very eyes. It clicked. Like, I know how this is going to go down. I've said it for years, and I finally have the exit. All right, I see you guys. You guys know. You guys know what it's all about here. I'm going to throw a bold prediction out there. The Rosita, Mercer, and the Commonwealth soldier getting ripped apart. That line that he said to her is important. Because I don't think there's a way Rosita survives this season. I just don't. I think she's done. But somehow, some way, Mercer is going to have to step in, help a family member, help someone close to Rosita. Because A, she said, family. B, he said, I can respect that. And when the time comes, I will help you. And C, he paused and he was watching one of his soldiers get ripped apart. So I think, not exactly the way it happened tonight, but I think Mercer is going to be the one to save Gabe, Coco. Rosita's done, but Mercer is going to have to step in and help out. That's my bold prediction. I mean, I've been saying for years, Rosita is gone. But Rosita seems to be forming, to me, this partnership with Mercer, kind of like the partnership you used to have with Daryl, you know, where they're like fighting buddies. Okay, I got a question for the group. All right, I'm not ready to make a bold prediction on this one, okay? But I need your help. Does Annie die? Does she get taken? Or does Negan leave her behind to help make the world a little bit safer? Because Negan's going to have his own show. Well, he's got a wife and he's got a kid on the way. Does Annie, dare I say it, does she get the Lori death? No. Does Annie get the shot in the back, Lori prison comic book death? What do you guys think? It could happen. It could happen. I mean, it's the final season. Why not go big? Annie is not going with Negan. Juliet, there is zero chance that they bring a pregnant woman with them. Because we don't want to watch it. We don't want to see it on the show. We don't want her to slow him down. We're going to watch this new show because we want to see the action. So Annie's either going to die, he's going to leave her behind, or she's going to get moved and that's going to be part of his quest. So maybe Annie and Herschel, and then Negan and Maggie have a vested interest together. Right. I mean, is he going to come up and have another bat named Annie? I don't think so. But I do agree with that. Here's why I got a couple ideas on this one, okay? One, I don't see Negan going back down the super dark path. And I think Annie dying would push him there. So I think he's got to have something to fight for. And I don't know how trusting Maggie would be with Negan if he had nothing to live for. So I don't know if the spinoff is going to be all about Negan's revenge. I think she's got to be taken, or she's got to be safe, and the show's about them trying to find Rick, or something. Maybe he feels like that's the final stop on his redemption tour, is to do something for Rick. All right. Could be possible Lance kidnaps Herschel and Annie. I see that. And again, some of you have already watched 2 episodes, so please, if you know the answer to this, don't give it to us. But it does feel like a standoff. There's just enough Commonwealth there that they can't kill Hornsby. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. Those of you that watched it, you may know the answer to this, but please, give us a week. We'll watch it next week. But if there were, like 2 soldiers in Hornsby, Hornsby's gone. But I don't think Daryl, that's the only leverage Daryl has. They basically got, they got tricked. So if Hornsby's dead, then everybody's dead. And guess what? Everybody's not dead, because we got a lot of episodes left. All right, so I got just a small bone to pick with AMC. Not gonna overdo it, but I got to say something, okay? I've mentioned this before. Like, showing the show 2 weeks in advance is it's a little tough for our reactions, but we still do it. But my real frustration tonight, to be honest, was forcing me to watch Interview with the Vampire so I can see never before seen clips of the final episodes of The Walking Dead. To me, that's just a little much. That's kind of holding my time hostage. And I may want to watch Interview with the Vampire, but I also wanted to stream and talk about The Walking Dead. And now I know there's some people glued to the TV, and they're waiting for the sneak peeks of the final episodes of The Walking Dead to come up. So, I mean, they got to do what they got to do, but yeah, that kind of... What's up, Wilani? Good to see you. All right, couple more questions. Does Mercer make it this season? Wouldn't Mercer be good in a spinoff? Like, I would like to see him with Daryl. Like, if Carol's not going to go out there, how about Mercer and Daryl? Now, that would be a nice tag team. I mean, we got some good characters out there, and I'm really starting to, Mercer's starting to grow on me. All right. Now, if you know the answer to this, please don't answer. If you don't know, I'm asking everybody. Leave in chat right now, who is going to kill Pamela Milton? I feel like it's going to be Sebastian. I think he's going to kill her. Because I'm telling you right now, Max is going to be running the Commonwealth at some point. You can already see it. You can already see the setup. So it may be in the future. It may be the final episodes, whatever the case may be. Max is going to be running the Commonwealth. And Pamela Milton is not going to make it. Carol, Yumi, Magna, maybe. Maybe Magna would do it to get Miko to leave. I mean, right? There was a little bit of that. Okay, I'm going to say Sebastian first. But that rekindling of the love affair between Magna and Miko, where she said, if I got to drag you out of here, well, maybe getting rid of Pamela is what will do it. All right, so I think it is a very good overview. Max, I think Max is set up for it. But tonight's episode, what was good about it was how that small little group kept getting back together. You got Gabe and then Daryl and then Maggie, and it's just like, okay, they come around the corner and okay, just get them back together. Fight the Commonwealth. And now we really know what it's about. Like in the past, it was kind of these supernatural, whereas alpha, beta, larger than life characters. Maybe that's the Pope. So that might be a little bit of what is lacking. So let me ask you guys this. Are there any characters that you just either fear or hate right now? And I would say Hornsby is about as close to a villain as we've got. And even still, I'm not real creeped out about Hornsby. But do you guys remember like that feeling? When we're trying to piece together like who saw what was going on? Who did Alpha decapitate? Whose heads are on the spikes? You guys remember like that creepy feeling when Alpha was there? You guys remember, right? Are you going to cross my border? You know, you guys know. You remember that part. And it gave you just the cold chills, like they're standing there, weapons drawn, like in the dark. You don't come across here. You don't come over here. We don't have that. We don't have that moment. And who is going to step up and give us that moment this season? Do you guys think we'll get there before the end of the season? Are we going to see some badness? Are we going to see some trickery? Right. Carol, I don't like Hornsby, but he doesn't really creep me out yet. So right now it just seems we got a whole lot of story. That I am too. Oceanside, look, last time I saw, now, there were two things that I want to mention to you guys and see if you saw it. How many people saw the Freddy Krueger Walker? Leave it in chat right now. I'm telling you, that had to be some Greg Nicotero Nightmare on Elm Street stuff. Because when that walker was going through there, I was like, that is Freddy Krueger without the hat. All right, that was number one. And you guys can say I'm wrong, but to me, that looked like a Freddy Krueger walker, okay? And number two, didn't it feel like, and maybe this is what I need to have that darkness and that villain? How many people felt like Hornsby flipping the coin, standing in front of Oceanside, was a callback to Simon murdering all the men of Oceanside? That it almost made them all like remember what it was like when Simon was there, right? Did you guys kind of get that feeling with the coin? Like, like what happened? So I'm hoping that a lot of this season is these little, hints and clues and making us remember the history of The Walking Dead. Awesome stuff. All right. I'm going to open it up for the next 4 minutes. A little bit of Q&A again. I want to say thank you to all of you guys being here, but I want to catch a couple more comments. So, Walani, I thought Sebastian was spoiled. Now I think he was neglected instead. I agree with that, Walani. I think that a lot of these shows, like tonight, there's these little things that are going to catch us up or they're going to push us in that direction. So that was meant to make us understand Sebastian a little bit more. So if Sebastian does kill Pam Milton, then we're going to say, look, she slapped him, she choked him, she's abusing him. We're going to start to create a little bit of sympathy for Sebastian. So I do agree with that 100%. Matthew, I agree with that too. Simon was super evil, and he's the villain that I needed for them to keep alive and send to Fear the Walking Dead. I'll say that until the end. I thought that would have been a great opportunity. Two-faced vibes from Lance. Yeah, but like Lance wants to take over. So we've already seen that Carol's trying to cut a deal with Pam. Somebody's going to kill Pam. Pam is not going to make it. There's just too many characters waiting to step into that role. And maybe that's where Lance's evil really develops. We're starting to see a little bit of it. He's got, kill on sight, for Daryl. So that makes you a villain by default, right? If anybody tries to kill Daryl, like all of our viewers are going to be, no, Lance is now the worst villain in the history of villains. So Lance needs to do a little more. You kidnap Herschel and RJ, then then that will tilt the evil scale quite a bit. So more to come on Lance, but Lance has to be the one to force these spinoffs. Or CRM. I mean, maybe. Exactly, Tammy. That would have been if Simon would have went to Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and John Dory would have stayed alive. Fear the Walking Dead would be perfect. And Mel the Vulture. All I need for Fear the Walking Dead. Mel the Vulture, John Dory, and Simon going there. That would have been perfect spinoff in my mind. We all would have loved it. Yeah, he's got it, Jim. He's got the look, but he doesn't have the resume. I need the resume. Is it possible that, look, in the history of The Walking Dead, not the comic, but our television show, there are two things. Well, there's three things, okay? There's the governor decapitating Herschel. There's Negan pounding Glenn and Abraham. And then there's Alpha putting people's head on a spike, okay? Everything else in my world is way, way down there. Those three things, to me, are the big three. The Pope didn't do it. Just didn't. Maybe he could have been, but he got so washed out so fast. So, can Hornsby muster up the type of evil that makes us feel and despise the way we did the other three? I mean, could it? Could we lose a character like Rosita or Ezekiel? And you know what? I'm going to put number 4 on there. Number 4 is Shiva. It's like, I'm sorry, but that's number 4 for me. Ezekiel losing Shiva. So if Hornsby can muster something that is as memorable as that, so what would it take? Did we hear it tonight? And I'm going to leave you with this thought, okay? Negan talking to Carol about using the kids, and then that scene where they were chasing Jerry and the kids should tell us that's going to be the narrative. There was too much focus on that tonight. That is Lance's evil card. Whatever they're going to do with the kids is going to have such an effect on all of us. Think about this. Anything happens to Judith. I'm not saying Judith dies, but I'm saying anything that happens to Judith, Herschel, Gracie, Coco, any of the kids, it is going to affect all of us, and it's going to affect all of the characters. That to me is that's the card that Hornsby's going to play. That's his master plan. And that's what's going to get him up on the list. So the kids being in danger, and Annie too. Yeah, I mean, Eric, if it used to be kind of taboo to say that. So yes, they could kill some of the kids. But number two, losing a major character to save the kids would be a close second, right? So if Aaron went down, if Aaron died this season, and it had to do with saving Gracie, if Rosita died, saving Coco, if Gabe died, the same, if something happened to RJ or Judith. So here's what I want you guys to think about, and we'll try to tie this into our weekly discussions, either in bold predictions or in reactions. This is what we know. We know there are 3 spinoffs. We know the major characters in those spinoffs. We know it's impossible for any of them to die because they're in those. So it doesn't matter how dicey, and you guys remember that Daryl beta scene, and we kind of knew, like, there's no chance Daryl's going to die, but you're still on the edge of your seat. You're like, what? Is Daryl going to die? Is he going to die to beta? So we know there's no chance Maggie's going to die. Negan's not going to die. Rick, Michonne, they're not going to die. And Daryl's not going to die. But that leaves a whole lot of other people that could be fodder for the season. Fodder, not the fodder? No, I mean, maybe Aaron doesn't make it. But yeah, something's got to happen with the kids. And I would say the fact that we gave tonight mid-8s shows that it didn't hit home with the storyline and the evil. So we need a big, big setup for next weekend. So I'm anxious to see episode number 2. I don't expect Lance to die. I don't expect Daryl to die. I don't expect anybody in that standoff to die. But again, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think that's going to be like, but here's the thing, right? If Daryl releases Hornsby, that's where the factions are going to start to form. And then the plot escalates really, really quickly. You know what, Eric? I'm not going to say you're wrong. Annie dies. Hornsby steals the kids. Well, actually, I'm going to say you might be wrong. I don't know. I don't know that Annie dies. I agree with what Tammy said earlier. I don't think they put Negan through that again, because I just don't know what his state of mind would be in a spinoff. That's just my thought. I feel like Negan's got to kind of have that search, kind of like we've done for Rick. I think Negan's got to have that too. All right, everybody, we are 47 minutes in, and I know you guys want to go see Talking Dead in about 12, 13 minutes. Do me a favor. Number 1, everybody here, hit that like button. Make sure you also subscribe. We're going to be back talking about Walking Dead. We're going to be doing bold predictions. We got an awesome website being built. It's called The Portal. It's a Play Dead Live portal. If you guys don't know what that's all about, I'll be sharing more information with you through the next few weeks, the next couple months. You're going to be able to log into that. You're going to be able to play some games with us. We'll have some trivia games. We'll do some Walking Dead stuff. And yes, it is also a part of our game we created called Play Dead Live, where we actually go out and RPG and fight each other and fight zombies and do a whole lot of stuff as well. So, and I know many of you have watched and been a part of that journey. Not all of you play, but a lot of you guys watch, and I want to thank you guys for everything that you guys do, your support over the last couple years. After you guys hit that like button, do me a favor. Give me a 999 in chat, and I want to shout out as many people as I can in the next 60 seconds because we've been doing this for 7 years, and I always want to say thank you for all of you guys that have been here since we've been doing tutorial videos, since we've been doing Walking Dead, talking about TV shows. There's nothing more important than each and every one of you. So I want to thank you guys no matter which shows we do. So big shout out to our mods, Bones, Julia, Kel. Also, I see Carol Stevens in the house. Thank you so much. Valar, Deadly Dives, Busy Bee, Crazy L, always a pleasure. All of our members, all that green team, thank you guys so much for being part of the green team. Donnie T's on the backup, drug-free, so put the crack up. I remember you, Donnie T. Thank you so much for being here. April Russell, great to see you as well. I see the animal. B-Dub, Shaman Sheila, Diana C., Madison Dickey, Eric Beach, Gemstone, Maggie B. Good to see you, Maggie B. Liz Burnett, Walani, Captain JJ, thank you. Nixie, always a pleasure. Tim Lamora, thank you so much. Moonshot in the house. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. I love our discussions and chance to get your chat in here, listen in. It never gets old hanging out with the best group in the history of YouTube. So you guys are awesome. Stay tuned. Look for any announcements that we make. That's the other cool thing about the portal is you'll be able to get a copy. If you're not on our messenger page, if you're not on our fan page, you'll be able to get the calendar of events. So you may log in and say, hey, when's the next Walking Dead stream? When's the next House of the Dragon stream? You'll see that calendar published up there, and it'll give you a chance to check that stuff out. So thank you guys. I'll see you during the week for a Walking Dead bold prediction, and to our Play Dead Live players, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow night for an epic pack opening. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night, and enjoy the rest of the football, House of the Dragon, Interview with the Vampire, all the things that you guys that you watch. We're going to talk about many of those. So talk to all you guys soon. Peace.